Okay, so last Friday, today is Tuesday, last Friday, we had a guest speaker, retired Mesquite detective, Neal Baker. Detective Baker, Chief Baker and I had a lot to discuss after he had a chance to talk to you all in class, and I hope that you find his reflections to be pretty interesting. Hey Neal, so I think this is the second year that you've come to be a guest speaker.
That's correct.
Yeah?
Yes.
So I enjoy it because you bring a different flavor to it. I hope you enjoy it. It's a beautiful campus.
It is a pretty campus.
So I'm going to start off. I got a list of questions. We're going to cuss and discuss and go from there. Can you share a bit about your journey into law enforcement and what motivated you to pursue this career?
When I enlisted in the United States Air Force, I was looking, I guess, for a open career field. So the U.S. Air Force, in their infinite wisdom, put me in the security police. Not that I wanted to be in security police. So they inserted me into a career field that I had no desire to be in. And under 4 years on active duty, I was able to promote to staff sergeant. And of course, I started at the very bottom with a one stripe because they did not give me any credit for the Army time and Army Reserve time I had as an E5. So I started all over again and entered into the career field, and I kind of grew to embrace and enjoy the challenges in the career field.
Were you in it before you went to Mesquite PD in the Air Force, or had you?
Yes.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I came off active duty in January of '82, and was married and needed a job, so I signed up for the Mesquite and Garland Civil Service test. Yes.
So I'm going to get to about 7 different questions.
Yeah, you go ahead, John.
Okay. So, can you describe a case from your detective work that had a lasting impact on you?
I had a case where I was a detective on call, and there was a young lady that was found dead in her bedroom. And she'd been at the lake, come home, and died. And the medical examiner could never, ever make a determination as to the cause of death.
Interesting. Let me ask you this then. I appreciated the fact that you told the earlier class that technology and understanding, learn as much as you can, get your degrees, not just one degree, but continue to progress on. So I'm going to piggyback off of that. What advice would you give to new police officers entering into the field?
I think the first thing that I would let them know is that be realistic in what your expectations are of the career. Number one. And that if your goal is to increase in responsibility and rank in a police department, that you need to choose a larger police department to be part of. In some smaller police departments, such as Mesquite, it was relatively easier to get into law school than make sergeant.
Wow.
Just because of the competition on the test. So you could have 106, 107, and someone else is going to make 109 or 110. So you have better chances and better opportunities at the larger departments. Stay with the civil service department if you're going to do that. But if you have the right degree, and criminal justice degrees are great. However, with a minor in computer science or a minor in computer forensics or other areas like that, the feds, Secret Service, FBI, Postal Inspection Service, ATF, they're much more inclined to want you because of that degree in a necessary technical field, such as forensics or computer science or whatever, than just your general criminal justice.
I'm glad that you said that, because a good friend of mine, and he was on the earlier video that you're going to be on the next one now, Detective Mike Carroll, who's retired from homicide, he said almost exactly the same thing. That we should be looking at, younger recruits should be looking at those other areas. And then when I was recruiting, I would say often, and I would go to the colleges, you don't have to have a degree in criminology or criminal justice.
They can teach you how to be a cop if you have a degree in anything.
Exactly. So yeah, that's interesting.
And again, there's a lot of young people that can't make it through the psych or background evaluation, that spends all the money to get a criminal justice degree, thinking that that's going to shoehorn them into a law enforcement degree. So they've wasted that when they needed a technical skill to fall back on.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and okay, so here's the next thing, Neal. You were talking, which you brought a wealth of information in that area. We were talking to the students the earlier class, and social media can be a wrecking ball, can it? Especially
Absolutely.
when we're talking about them going on into future careers. How so from your perspective?
Well, social media, people should understand that if you ever write it and send it out in the cyber world,
Yes.
even though you delete it, it's still there.
Yes.
So anything said cannot be unsaid, basically. So therefore, one tweet, one email, one anything that can paint you into being a negative sociopath, racist, bigoted, whatever like that, will be cherry-picked and used against you. So therefore,
Even if you're not like that.
even if you're not like that, because
We all have bad days.
we all have bad days.
Yes.
As they said in Julius Caesar, the good that men do is oft interred with their bones, but the evil that men do live after them forever. So one mistake will brand you for the rest of your life.
True. What would you say about you graduated with your degree in jurisprudence? I think I'm saying that
Yes.
right. And I like the fact that you said, I'm not a practicing attorney, but I do have my law degree. Was that one of the most difficult courses you went through? No, Loyola in Chicago, right?
Loyola University School of Law in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
Yes, challenging. I always wanted to have a degree, higher degree, just because I guess of the inadequate education I got in high school, number one.
But you went on and got your undergrad, Abilene
Yes,
Christian?
yes, Abilene Christian University.
Yeah.
And you know, when I was a young man growing up, having a college degree, being the first one in, you know, my immediate family with a college degree, and then my mom's brother, who graduated from East Texas State, was an Air Force officer, and you know, that was, you know, in our parents' mind, the key to open up the box where all the money was. That was where it was. In today's, you have to understand that in the competitive society that we live in today, that you can't get one degree and sit on your laurels. That in today's industry, they look for that individual that is advancing their education throughout their life cycle and not just once and out.
that makes sense, and that's an indication of who that person is.
Yes.
Somebody who's just not checking off a box, they're constantly striving to be better.
Yes.
All right, makes sense. I'm going to close out with this. What would you say that you enjoyed the first group? They didn't ask a bunch of questions. This next group may, but what would you say to a college student starting out? They're in school. What would your parting words be for them of encouragement?
I think that the first thing is that enjoy your educational journey. And do things that are difficult in your educational journey. Just don't take the easy classes for the sake of having an easy class.
Okay.
And get outside of your comfort zone. Engage in areas that you're not comfortable in, and then you'll find that as you succeed into those uncomfortable areas, that you will be able to accept uncomfortable challenges throughout life, and understand that if you work hard enough and you do the job right and you study hard enough, that 90% of the time that you're going to have a positive result
And
at
you
the
can
end.
compete. Here's a guy, ladies and gentlemen, who you're 73 now.
November. I'll be
November.
73.
And you've gone to law school and competed with people far younger than you. But you've enjoyed that ride, hadn't you?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, sir.
Well, thank you, John.
All right. All right. So to Detective Neal Baker, we say thank you.